Thanks for joining us here on Pens Elite TV, game number 4, where your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite underway here. The Toronto Junior Canadiens have controlled much of the action early on. As retreating back into their zone, the Toronto Junior Canadiens are going to throw it through the center. For Middlebrook, he's going to try to bounce around Fritchie, knocked off of his stick blade at the last second. Now retreating behind their own net are the Penguins. It's Riker Ferguson that picks it up. Welch is going to send this back to the point. Shot in on net, deflected in on Luka Thompson. Saved just wide of the crease now, as that squirts to the stick of Nico Stark. Stark to Green. So we knew I had some audio difficulties. Thanks for sticking with us here as the Junior Canadiens are going to bounce it around the stick blade of Grant Lloyd. Middlebrook takes it wide, shot off the back of the net. Comes down to the half wall to 87. 87's pinned to the wall by CJ Nenavaisa. Pens following along. Following on this puck, Nenavaisa throws it up the wall beyond the reach of Mason Fritchie, kicks it back to neutral. 7:17 to go in the first period, where the Junior Canadiens go 88. Song wheels it around Easton Borman. Gaworski falls down, shot off the stick blade of Grant Lloyd, now to the far corner. It goes all the way through to the half wall to Mason Fritchie. He tries to deflect it along to a teammate. Picked off now by Song, 88. Long shot taken into the glove of Luka Thompson. I believe that is his 4th save of the game. Right now, shot totals 4-0 in favor of the boys with the C on their logo. Toronto Junior Canadiens. Starting between the pipes is number 33, the aforementioned Luka Thompson. As this is the final game of interdivision pool play. Cross-division play as Easton Borman takes it from behind the net. It's now on the backhand of Mason Fritchie. Tries to move it along further. He's run into, though, Borman. He's got a man ahead of the plate. It's Gaworski. He hits Gaworski. Gaworski's coming in one-on-one. He's got a back checker. He's hooked up, though. Hooking's going to be the call on 97. The Pens are going to go to the power play with 6:32. Gaworski got the wheels going. And they'll be rewarded as the stick went up underneath the hands as he entered the offensive zone. Wilson on for the draw, flanked by Davis and Paris. Backside, Welch and Papuano. 2 minutes penalty up on the board, 6:32 in the first. Wilson steps in for the draw now. Wins it back. Goes back to the point man. Nope. Wilson's going to take this himself. He comes down to the dots, tries a curl move, shoots it behind the net now. Davis follows on. He now goes to the near corner. Left for Paris. Paris is walking off the wall. Goes back to the point man, Noah Welch. Welch is going to snap this in on net. Into the shin guard. Into the pants of a defender. Comes back out high. Papuano. Papuano now spikes it in. Hits the it's going to be shot, but not strong enough as that bumbles into the front of the net. As the Penguins have to go back and retrieve this. They got plenty of time here. Luka Thompson tries to play this puck. Drops his stick, though, accidentally, as Papuano runs into a forechecker, leaves it for Gore now. Gore has his pocket picked. Welch is going to have to get to this puck behind the net. He's got all kinds of time and space. He's going to move it up to Davis. Davis, one-touch pass over to Blake Paris. Correction, lets it go through to Wilson. Wilson now gets in on the attack. He's pulled down. Not going to be a call there. As the Pens are changing their D behind the play. Comes all the way back to center to Brady Fritchie. Half of this penalty time is up as the Pens now have 56 to go on the power play. Brady Fritchie moves it along to Connor Wilson. Wilson lets it go through to Green. Green tries to hit Nico Stark with the pass. Stark's being harassed now as his pocket picked. As coming back to center red are the Junior Canadiens, number 87. He's going to try Nenavaisa. Bounces around CJ. Puck's left for Brady. Brady's got a man ahead of the play. It is CJ Nenavaisa. Nenavaisa tries to move it along. His pass is picked off here. Could be an opportunity as 10 takes his free hand and protects that puck. Stripped of it by Brady Fritchie. 3-on-2 now develops here. They had too many men on the ice there, did the Junior Canadiens. They catch a break as they had 5 guys on the ice. Here as the Pens were coming strong. 15 now to go on the power play. It's left for Riker Ferguson. Ferguson's got a man wide. It's Brooks Gaworski. Brings it back into the middle ice. Goes back to Loya. As the JRC content to clog up the center. Gaworski takes it wide. He shoots it into the net. Got a man coming out of the box here with 1 second left. As Loya gets to that puck at the last second, 97. The man out of the box was able to get to that. As it's now in the back of the skates of Stark. He dives for it. Can't get to it. It goes deep to Papuano. Has it on his backhand. Chips it up off the wall to Brooksy Gaworski. 4:14 now to go in the first period. He loses the puck. 10 walks in, dances around Loy, goes to his backhand, pops it over the shoulder of Thompson. It's a 1-0 game. Puck turned over high in the zone. Man put all kinds of moves on Penn's defenders there and had the top of the net. Found the top of the net with 4:08 to go in the first period. JRC takes the lead. Pens were able to get a couple of shots, but on that power play, most of them were eaten up by the shin guards, the pants, the stomachs of the JRC defenders. They're clogging up everything in the middle. As there's a conversation here at the JRC bench. Scorekeeper now having a conversation with the JRC. As I'm not sure if that was put in by somebody that was not on the roster. All right, play back underway here. Some confusion as a shot's going to go in between the 5-hole of Luka Thompson here at the faceoff dot. And it's a 2-0 game. So the Pens definitely need a reversal of momentum. As Brady Fritchie puts it up off the wall. Now finds the stick of Connor Wilson. Wilson retreats now. Back to his own zone. He stops up. He's being harassed by 7. He's going to send it off the skate blade of Doff. Now coming back into the offensive zone. Welch is going to knock that right off the stick of Middlebrook. As the head man pass to Connor Wilson. Wilson shoots it up off the post over the net. As it's going to be an outlet here for number 9. As Colt Davis is going to get called for a slash here as he knocked the stick. Man got behind Davis. Davis takes the slash on the hands of number 9, knocks his stick out. Pens are going to have all kinds of adversity here right now. Down 2-0. We'll go to the PK with 3:03 in the first period. Ferguson will win this draw back to 77, end of ice, and end of ice up the wall. Held in by 19. 19 goes D to D. 2 plays catch with 19. 19 still has it at the point. He goes now to the faceoff dot. 87 comes back to 19. 19 to 2. 2, takes in a shot, deflects off the equipment of Loya. It's still sitting on the goal line there, knocked wide just at the last second there by Loya. Price, another penalty coming up here against the Pens, delayed call. As it goes off the post, in behind Thompson, still loose, but a whistle. Pens are going to benefit from a whistle. As they're going to get Loya for a cross check here as the puck was loose. Kind of a soft call as I'm standing behind the net right now. Looking down at the replay, it looks like Loya was trying to force his man off. As it's going to be a 4-on-3 right now. Mason, Fritchie, Ambrose, Papuano, Noah Welch on for the penalty kill. Minute 32 of 5-on-3 time right now. Most important penalty killers between the pipes right now. Welch is going to swing this behind the net. It goes too far. Up the half wall now. Comes to 2 high. 19 now has it. Comes down to 10. Penn's going to see the shot go off the glove. And hits the post. The posts have been lucky so far for the Pens Elite, as that's the 3rd one for the JRC. Going to regroup here at neutral. Thrown to 87, he retreats. 104 now to go on the 5-on-3. 130 to go on the 5-on, the other penalty here. Man falls down for the Pens. 79 is going to try and bounce wide on Papuano. It's going to be stick behind the net. Papuano moves this along further. It's going to be jumped by 87. As Papuano is going to take another penalty here as he jams it up on the wall. He's still going to play this, as it's now going to turn into a 6-on-3 as the JRC are going to go to the bench right now. Welch has this shot wide. 79, extra attacker on. 6-on-3 situation for the JRC, picked up by Mason Fritchie, number 4. Papuano's going to sit down now. So 2 of the Pens defenders be in the box. These are going to be backed up here. If the Pens were looking to build some adversity, that's what's going on right now. As Blake Paris, Jaden Anavisa, Brady Fritchie. On for the 5-on-3. 3 guys in the box for Penn. Clark's going to go back to his defensive role here on the PK. Get lined up on the bench. Conversation. Apple one going to be tossed from the game right now.
It's hockey!
As his man was pinned to the wall. As it's going to be possessed off the face-off shot. 88. 88 goes high to 5. 5 down to 7 Middlebrook. He gets his head up. Back to the point man. 5. Slap shot. Wide of the net. 2 feet wide. Now picked up by 79 behind the net. Dynak. He falls down. Goes high to 5. 5 goes to the top of the circles to 7. He walks off. Snapped in. Left pad saved by Thompson. Now picked up by 87. 87 controls behind the net. Goes high to 7. 7 up to 5. 5 goes right back to 7. Shot in on Thompson. Pens need to get this out of the zone. Brady Fritchie tries to advance. Held in nicely by 5. Now picked up by 88. 88 goes back to the bumper. 87. 87 back to 88. Tries to get it to the point man. It does come through to 5. Now with the circle. 7 back to the point man. Slap shot taken off the glove of Thompson and in the back of the net. As there's 37.6 to go in the first period. They cash in on the 5-on-3. Three nothing's the score right now on the power play goal for the Junior Canadiens. All right, so JRC is going to try and move this forward here as Easton Borman now moves it to Welch. Welch going to send it the length of the ice as he's thrown to the wall. Goes all the way in on the netminder as Connor Wilson's pulled down. As a couple bodies hit the ground here. Wilson got in behind the defender, got a stick underneath the equipment. Both guys are down right now. So a 2-minute penalty will be assessed to the Junior Canadiens off the tripping call. So playing 4-on-4 right now as it's thrown high off the glass to the stick of Welch. Welch is going to snap it in behind the net. Junior Canadian players down now. Back underway here as Easton Borman is going to try and throw it out in front. That's going to be it for the first period. An eventful first period as Borman crashes into the back of the Junior Canadiens player to end period number 1. Lots of special teams The Pens had a flood to the penalty box. So still going to have 4-on-4 action as period 2 is going to get underway here shortly. Thanks for joining us on Pens Elite TV. 3-0 the score after 1. Period 2 underway here. As we're going to have another head contact penalty. As Mason Fritchie's going to go for a head contact call off the draw. As the Pens are going to have to deal with it. It's a 4-minute penalty that's put up on the boards. As the Junior Canadiens are going to retreat back into their own end of the rink. As 88 Song, he controls at the top of the circle. He goes back to the man with the taped jersey, Gore. 91 now sends it high to 5. It's shot over the net where Grant Loya picks it up. He's going to wind things up. It's now going to be controlled by Brooksy Gaworski. Now 5's going to re-enter the zone. 5 stops up, shot off the net and the stick as Thompson's able to recover that stick blade here. As the Pens have a 4-on-3 right now. As a headman pass is going to be picked off by Blake Paris. He's going to try and bounce it around. As back to center come the Junior Canadiens. 5's going to try to advance. It goes to the middle of the ice. Walsh is going to get in on here. But 5 now bounces it off the wall. He's going to try and spin it around Walsh. Walsh picks up this puck. And he's going to send it back to the point softly. We're back to even. As Colt Davis tries to bounce out on the point man. Shot in on Luka Thompson. Now sent off the stick blade of Colt Davis. Pens reeling right now as it goes wide. Got off to the stick of Welch. Welch is going to try and get it up to Paris and does. Paris tries a chip move. Good recovery there as Welch is going to skate into this puck now. He's got a head of momentum. Hits Colt Davis with a... Colt Davis is in. Blocker save. Welch is going to get to this puck now. He's going to control it. Centering pass now. As the Pens now are shorthanded. Where Middlebrook, he delays. He's being harassed by Welch. Brought back up high in the zone. Pens have a couple of tired penalty killers on right now. As it's now shot through off the right pad of Luka Thompson here. 1:55 to go on the call to Mason Fritchie. Pens have been shorthanded most of this game so far. 77, he goes to the top of the circle to 7. 7's harassed by Brady Fritchie. 77 goes back to 7 through the box. Turn the wrong way is 2. He's going to snap it in off the equipment of Paris. 1:33 now to go on the shorthanded call. 12:26 to go in the second. Brady Fritchie. Leaves it to 7. Middlebrook. 79 now throws it to the point man. 2 and 77 play catch. Down again to the circle to 7. 7's ticks some more times off the PK here. 77 back to the point. Now it goes wide. As Welch is going to eat that shot as it goes, deflects in on Thompson. He swallows it up. Luka Thompson gets a whistle here and a change for the Pens PK unit. As Nico Stark is going to be featured now on defense with Grant Loya. On the offensive side, up front on the PK will be Wilson and Borman. Stark tries to clear the zone. It comes high to 88. Song keeps it in as he moves it over to 5. 52 now to go on the PK. Pens down 3-0 right now. Walking into the Junior Canadiens off the left paddle, Luka Thompson. Now comes high to 2. He plays catch with 5. 5 has it at the top of the zone. 33 to go on the PK. Wilson keeps his man at bay. Passed over to 5 at the top of the circle. Keep playing catch 2 and 5. 2 back to 5. 5's going to try and work it down the wall. Back to the point man number 2. Taking the shooting lane away was Easton Borman. It's going to be blocked shot by Grant Loya. Connor Wilson picks it up shorthanded with 10 to go. Wilson, he's going to try and lead the rush. He's got a couple of the higher defenders. He's got Easton Borman going with him. Connor Wilson in on net. Just shoots it wide. As the Pens are able to kill off that flurry of activity, Easton Borman's knocked to the wall. As Borman, off the head of steam from Connor Wilson, Borman driven to the boards. I don't know, might got his head on that one too. As there's 10:48 to go in the second period. 2 minutes on the board here. Pens looking to climb back into this one. A lot of time left to get one behind the netminder. 3-0 the score. Ferguson on for the draw. Going to be one to the wall where Ferguson picks it up. Ferguson, he walks in, knocked off of his stick, following on was Paris. Now controlled by Brooksy Gaworski behind the net. Centering pass goes through everybody, trying to clamp down to get to this puck is Nenavisa. He does create an opportunity for Ferguson to dip it low. Ferguson that's Nenavisa trying to get to this puck. It's going to be dumped all the way down the ice. And 1:32 now to go on the Pens power play. Thompson leaves it for Brady Fritchie, number 9. Fritchie tries a headman pass, goes off of a couple of stick blades back to 88 Song, dumps it back deep again behind Luka Thompson. Heavy carry him off the end wall. Where Luka Thompson, headman pass up to Brooks Gaworski. Gaworski tries to hit Blake Paris with it. Paris is going to go wide on 88. 88 takes that puck off of him. As it's thrown off and out of the zone, where Nico Stark now picks it up. He goes wide to Noah Welch. Welch is going to play catch with Nico Stark, reverses the ice. Connor Wilson tries a finesse move, knocked off of his stick blade, comes down to Brooks Gaworski, tries to go wide to Paris as it's dumped off the backside of Connor Wilson. Getting to this puck now is Bingham Green, but push forward to Middlebrook is going to try and Stark. Middlebrook gets around him. He's going to try to go wide on Wilson and Welch. Controls it at the top of the zone. Pens on the power play here for the next 36. As dropping the shoulders, Middlebrook centering pass attempt goes into the skates of Welch right now. Pens on the power play. You wouldn't know it though, as it's going to be deflected in on net. Welch is going to take it behind the net as he's facing some pressure. Tries to get it up to Bingham Green. As Welch goes behind, he's going to throw it up the wall to Nico Stark. 10 to go on the power play. Nico Stark tries to chip it behind number 88. It's in the skates of the official. As 2 fakes the flap shot here. 8:48 now to go. Back to 5-on-5 action. As it's thrown up off the wall, Mason Fritchie gets this. Bingham Green, he's going to walk off the wall now. Centering pass to Richard Ferguson. Has it now below the goal line. Ferguson going to try and cycle this down to Mason Fritchie, and does. He's bodied into by 88. As coming out of the fray there is number 10. Mason Fritchie picks his pocket. Trying to locate this puck. The Pens lead. It's through the legs of Ferguson. Held in. But the Pens have to tag up. As throwing it up ahead of the play through the legs of Loya. Come the Junior Canadian center pass. Goes back door. Green's able to break up that attempt. As Mason Fritchie gets right back in through the neutral zone. He's coming in 1-on-2. He's got a trailer. It's then a Visa. Fritchie's put into the wall by 88. Pens changing behind the play. As it's going to be thrown down the length of the ice, icing will be the call with 7:39 to go in the second period. More even play in the second at 5-on-5. As Connor Wilson's going to step in for this draw. Will be flanked by Davis and Borman, Fritchie and Welch on the backside. Be poked forward, jumping this draw where the Junior Canadiens, number 7, held in by Brady Fritchie. Wilson, behind the zone. Plays at the top of the circle. Connor Wilson shoots, deflected just wide of the net by Easton Borman. He controls behind the net. Oh! As the officials here ruled that as a high stick, it was, I'm looking down at the replay right now, it does not look like it was one as it's brought out of the zone. Brady Fritchie going to try and bring this forward here. Pens look to be a little fired up. They got to do something with it as Connor Wilson in on the forecheck. Thrown back as Davis is covering deep. Fritchie, good back check here. Goes wide to Welch. Welch is going to look up ahead. He's going to start this up to Borman. Borman's going to chip this, but into the Pens bench. A neutral zone face-off coming up. Wilson steps in for the draw against 87, 7:02, midpoint in the second period. It's going to be one back to Welch. Welch is going to get his feet moving. Just throws it softly into the zone here to give up possession. And it's now thrown back into the Pens D zone. Brady Fritchie has to switch. He comes over to get to this puck. As Fritchie is going to see this go through the slot. Now picked up by number 11, Colt Davis. Tries to finesse it further to Easton Borman. Borman in on the forecheck here. Thrown up off the half wall. Where number 9 tries to get to this puck. It's chipped back to center, picked off by Borman. Borman up to Davis. Davis moves it along to Connor Wilson. Chips out to the high slot, picked up by Easton Borman. Borman controls on his backhand, shot through, still loose in the crease. It's still loose. He put his hand on the puck. He covered his hand. He put his hand on it. Put his hand on the puck.
You know it. It was on his hand and you know it.
As a penalty shot is coming up, I believe, as a hand was clearly put on the puck, for those of you watching at home, in the crease area, Connor Wilson goes one-on-one with 31. Could not find that rebound. As we have a penalty shot. Connor Wilson, the man to take it. 6:12 to go in the second. Watching right behind the net here, the defender covered the puck with his hands. As some final instructions given to 31. Connor Wilson moves in on 31. Connor Wilson, he delays. Snaps it over the net, and it's going to be 6:12 to go. As the Pens generating some pushback here, but unable to tuck it in behind netminder number 31. '93 Riker Ferguson steps in for the draw. He's flanked by Paris and Gaworski. It's been an relatively even game since the flurry of penalty activities. But Santone is going to throw it up. That pass is going to be picked off by Paris. Paris is bumped into it. As it comes down to the top, to Loya, top of the zone. Moves it for Paris. Paris throws it behind the net. He's interfered with. As coming out of the zone is Song. Song headman pass out of the reach of the winger. Now picked up by 79. Picked up by Grant Loya. He jumps this. Has that taken away by back checker number 17. Back into the offensive zone comes Middlebrook. Tries the delay move, finesse move. Backhanded in and over the net. As Grant Loya gets to this puck. Correction, that's Riker Ferguson, 93, not 43. Song, 88 is going to hold it in. 5:20 now to go in the second period. As Stark, back into his role as a defenseman right now. Late stages of the second period. It will now go up to Blake Parrish. Parrish goes to Gaworski. Gaworski tries to finesse move around his man as he bumps into 77. Following to get this puck is Connor Wilson. As it comes over the stick of Nenavisa, back into the Pens D zone. As Brady Fritchie going to put it off the skates of the official. As Nenavisa goes back for this now. Nenavisa goes up off the wall to Mason Fritchie. Fritchie tries to move it over to Bingham Green. Bingham Green chips it around the defender. Following on is Mason Fritchie. Has it at the top of the circle. Shot in on net. Still loose. Still loose in the slot. As the Junior Canadiens bring it back to center. 4:21 to go in the second period. Green on the back check now. Offsides is going to be the call with 4:17 to go. Neutral zone faceoff coming up. The Junior Canadiens, they go D to D. Over to 2. Randalls, he dumps it in. Now Nevisa goes back behind the net to try and move this along further. Puck battle now ensues as Wilson pressures his man left behind the net where it's picked up by the Junior Canadiens. They go low to high to the point man number 5. He snaps it in behind the net, misses the net by a couple of feet. Hustling over to this puck is Bingham Green. Following along is Brady Fritchie. He's going to try his man. He's going to bounce it wide on 2. Free hands put on him. The takedown here as that's going to be jumped by Price. As the WWE style takedown was put in there. The clothesline. Hence back to the power play. Here as Ferguson will step in for the draw. He's on with Borman and Davis. Backside Stark and Welch. As Borman goes high to Stark. Stark to Welch. Welch is going to delay. He's going to snap that in on net. Hits the defender though. Welch is going to try and keep this in, unable to do so as it comes out of the zone. Centering pass to Davis. Davis walks in. He has it high. He's going to work it deep. Pens need to do this on the power play here. 3:07 to go in the second as it's now comes to the stick of Nico Stark. Stark shoots it in. Takedown right in front. Riker Ferguson is dumped in front of the netminder. Pens able to get a shot off. 1:30 to go on the power play. Another offensive zone face-off coming up. Ferguson steps in for the jaw. Gonna win back to Borman. Borman to Welch. As he goes into the net! Noah Welch gets his first goal since the first grade picnic. 3-1's the score. Noah Welch cashes in the PPG for PPE. The netminder takes a swig of water, throws up some holy water on his head. The Pens cash in late in the second period. Off the draw, Borman to Welch in the back of the net. and it goes over the shoulder of the netminder. Connor Wilson tripped off the draw. No call there. As it comes now wide, thrown behind the net. Middlebrook snaps in a shot. Goes behind the netminder all the way through the slot. Big left pad save from Luka Thompson now. Tennessee to clear the zone as it skips now behind Thompson. Man open in the slots. Middlebrook snapped in on net. Deflects off the stick and into the back of the net. And just like that, it's a 4-1 game. 2:25 to go in the second. Next shift, the Junior Canadiens go right back up 3. Noah Welch, she's going to lead this rush. She tries to feather it up ahead to Mason Pritchie. Sees it picked off. Now comes back low. Welch is going to have to get on his horse. He throws it behind the net to Brady Fritchie, his D partner. Fritchie brings it up to Bingham Green. Chip pass here. As 2-on-1 might develop. Ferguson's going to take it wide. And it goes into the back of the net! Riker Ferguson took that from Blawnox behind the netminders. He took it from center. Dipped around Blawnox and Etna. And it goes into the back of the net behind netminder number 31, Dix. Riker Ferguson, coast to coast, picks it up. It's a 3-1 game with 2 minutes even in the second period. It's a 4-2 game. Penn showing some pushback right now. As off the draw, Brady Fritchie, he now picks it up. Pens have the momentum as it's going to be kicked off the stick. And it's going to be thrown the length of the ice. This should be an icing call. And it is an icing call. Offensive zone faceoff coming up 1:42. Thanks for tuning in on Penn's Elite TV. No matter where you're joining us from, Penn's showing some pushback here, some moxie. As they've had a player ejected today, double minor called against them. Now it's picked up by Grant Loy. It's shot in on net, just deflects wide. 1:36 now to go in the second period. Stark, he's going to hold it, try to hold this up against the wall, and he's going to dump it in deep. Penn's getting right back in on the forecheck. 1:28 now to go. Davis, he's going to harass him out. Comes up to Gore. I believe that might be the man that was not on the roster. As Connor Wilson comes through with a head of steam. Defensive backing off of him. Knocked off of his stick. Following along is Easton Borman on the forecheck. As it's thrown up to Gore. Puck's left behind him. Penn's D backing off. Now stepping up is Grant Loy. Tries to work it along. He stepped into. Following on is Davis. He hits the deck. Goes off the stick of Colt Davis. Now wide to Gore. As it's thrown behind the net, Nico Stark will have to go back to play this puck. 41 to go. Headman pass from Wilson is going to go off of the defender. Wilson now controls it. Tries to bounce it through. Comes down to the end wall. Deflects into the glove of the netminder. Drops it right in front of him. Dangerous play there. 26 now to go. Wilson, top of the circles, tries to feather it through. As the Junior Canadiens are going to dump it off of a glove on the Canadiens bench. Play continues. As Gaworski tries to go to Wilson. We're at 7 to go in the period. Wilson's going to try his man. He's going to try and feather it through. No farther, though. Got 1 second to go, and that's going to be it for period number 2. Penn shows some pushback there during the second period. And so we have 15 minutes on the clock. We'll see what happens in period number 3. Coming up next from the Scotiabank Pond, outside of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Not sure if we're inside the city limits or not. So the tale of a couple periods. First period was pretty much entirely shorthanded. And the start of the third period. Pens now getting to their game, pushing back to reset here. Goals from Welch and Ferguson. The two up on the scoreboard, 4-2 now in favor of the Junior Canadiens. Boys seem fired up as Luka Thompson's going to take his spot in between the net. He's going to get some love taps here from Nenavisa, Fritchie, Gaworski, Fergie, and Blake Paris. As period 3 set to resume. Thanks again, folks, for tuning in to Pens Elite TV.
What's that?
14:56 and counting. Third period action underway between the Junior Canadiens and the 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Centering pass goes to 79, off the left shoulder of Thompson, sitting loose in the crease, still loose. Found by Paris. Pickle stabbed out of there. As it's deflect off the right skate, correcting the left skate of CJ Nenavisa. Centering pass to Brady Fritchie. He's going to try and take his man wide. Push to the wall, sent forward to Gaworski. He delays now on the end wall. He curls, Pens changing some truth behind the play. It's going to be sent high off the stick of Nico Stark. As the man goes down, 87, Stark muscles him off the puck. Brady Fritchie, he's going to come up from his deep position. Moves it to his brother Mason Fritchie. Now it goes behind Riker Ferguson. He's going to dump it deep. As it's sent up out of the zone to Bingham Green. Green's going to retreat back to Welch. Welch is going to try and send it right back to Bingham Green. Or number 19. He's going to lead the rush. He's got a trailer as he's going to fall down here on the wall. Mason Fritchie, he has a stick under his armpit maybe? I don't know. It's stopped up high in the zone. Mason Fritchie throws it off the wall. Give and go move. Fritchie walks off the wall. He snipes. About a foot wide of the net though. Reverse from Green to Wilson behind the cage. It's Mason Fritchie. Turnaround shot goes high in the slot. Back to the top of the zone and out of the zone. From Nico Stark, they throw it right back in. Pens tag up. Where it's going to be thrown in a foot race is going to go right now between Stark and his man. He seals his man off to the wall, but Middlebrook follows on. He makes a man miss. Welch is going to come over to harass him. Middlebrook, top of the zone. Curls high. Leaves it for the point man, 77. Plays catch with 88. Song. Shot in. Right pad save there. Goes all the way through to the right pad of Thompson. Thompson, headman pass up to Borman. Crisscross with Wilson. Offsides is the call. All right, neutral zone face-off, 12:58 to go in the third period. As it's moved up to 17. 17's going to go to 10, knocked off of his stick blade at the last second by 77, Nenavisa. Ferguson, headman pass just in front of the reach of Davis. Going back to collect to 77. 12:43 now to go in the third period. 4-2 the score in favor of the Junior Canadiens. It is Colt Davis. He'll walk off the dot, knocked off of his stick at the last second. Moves forward by Easton Borman. Davis harasses his man. It's long. Ferguson gets in on the forecheck. As 17's going to walk out of the zone here, he's going to be back checked by Easton Borman. As the Junior Canadiens are changed behind the play, it's going to be poked ahead off the pickle stabber of Colt Davis. Back to the point, Brady Fritchie. Top of the zone. He curls around a man. He's got a man high in the slot. It's Blake Paris, knocked off of his skates. 5 collects behind the net. 11:57 to go in the third. 4-2. As it's chipped forward from 97 to 87. As he bounces wide ahead, man ahead of the play with 9 in offsides. So we'll reset. Neutral zone faceoff coming up. Thanks for joining us again on Cine TV in number 4 of intra-division play. As Wilson will win this to number 25, Blake Paris. He enters the offensive zone, chips it off the wall. Still lumbering along. Has it below the goal mouth. Tries to throw it off the back of the goalie. It's the back of the net instead. Centering pass comes all the way through to Noah Welch. He's going to have to hustle to get to this puck. Welch is going to headman up this puck up to Paris. Paris over to Connor Wilson. Has his stick. It's taken out. It comes back to center to number 9. He'll try and work around Loya. Goes through to Wilson, who's covering back on defense. Going to be turned over here high in the zone. As 79 goes back to the point. 88 snapped in off the arm of Blake Paris. He goes down. He felt that one. As don't know if this has the length for icing as Connor Wilson gets to this puck first. As he's bumped into behind the net. As we're going to have a call here on 77. Continues the parade to the penalty box with 10:47 to go in the third period. The Pens going to be on the power play. 2 minutes, 4-2 is the score. Looking to draw closer to the Junior Canadiens. Ferguson will take this. He's flanked by Mason, Fritchie, and Bingham Green. Backside, Stark and Loya. It's controlled by Fritchie. Fritchie goes high to Loya. Loya tries to get that shot through. It deflects off of his stick blade. Works to get to this puck. Leaves it for Fergie. Fergie at the dots. Deflected. Looking for a deflection off the stick of Ferguson. Correction, off the stick of Fritchie. Green goes high to Stark. Stark's going to go right back down to the half wall. They play catch with one another. Goes over to Grant Loya. Loya snaps this in on net. Still in the crease. And swallowed up by the netminder 31. As Ferguson is in there looking for loose change to cash in the piggy bank. And 19 to go in the third period right now. 1:32 left on the Pens power play. Here in the third period, down 2. Ferguson, Green, and Fritchie stay on. Backside, Loya and Stark. Going to be sent all the way down the length of the ice behind netminder number 33, Luca Thompson. We're back to collect this 43, Grant Loya. He's going to wind things up now. Makes a couple of guys miss. Loya's into the offensive zone, leaving the rush. Grant Loya snaps it off the blocker over the net. Followed on by Riker Ferguson. Put it off the backside of the netminder. Fergie makes it a 4-3 game with 9:57 to go. A PPG for PPE. Inching closer are the boys in black and gold. Riker Ferguson. He cashes in on the rebound from the point shot. Connor Wilson's going to step in for the draw. Flanked by Borman and Davis. Backside, Fritchie and Nenavisa. Couple of bodies hit the ice here with 9:50 to go in the third. It's thrown to the stick of Nenavisa. Nenavisa tries to move it up ahead. Borman's got a man up ahead of the play. It's Davis, goes to Davis. It's knocked off of Davis' stick now. 2, chips it around him. Junior Canadian player falls down. 87 will try and take it wide on Wilson. Goes through the legs and shut down by Nenavisa. As Connor Wilson is gaining some speed here. Got Middlebrook turned the wrong way. Bounces wide on Middlebrook. It's going to go right around the defender, number 2. Gets a shot in on net. Whistle blows, not sure why. Offensive zone face-off coming up. So on to take the draw will be Easton Borman. Correction, Connor Wilson. He's on with Borman and Davis and Stark and Welch. Will be won by the Junior Canadiens. 77, they'll retreat behind their own net now. 9 comes down from his winger position. Tried to seal off and up off the glass. It comes back to center. Welch is going to pick this back into the offensive zone. But the Junior Canadiens go D to D. Try a centering pass, or Nico Stark goes back for this puck. Welch is going to have to try and hustle over to seal his man off. Centering pass. Big shutdown by Luca Thompson. Ferguson is going to try and win this to the wall. Comes back to the point man. 88. Shot all the way through. Stark. He's going to follow his man to the wall. 9 loses his stick. He's engaged with Stark. As it's shot out in front. Gore was looking to get to this puck, tied up by Welch. Thompson able to find this. He flips it up to the official. Ferguson steps in for the draw. Tries to go forward with it. Can be snapped up high. Hit with a high stick of the JRC players, but the Penguins are going to play this back to center. As number 9, he's going to try and work it around. It crisscrosses. Shot in on net, wide. As Gore comes over to get to this. He's sealed by Stark. Walsh is going to pick this up. He's going to go up to Paris, unable to control it though. As the JRC back in on the attack. Number 5 is going to try a delay move, curl move around everybody. Gets around both defenders as the net comes off. We'll reset. With 8:01 to go in the third. Luka Thompson holding the fort right now for the boys in black and gold. Wilson on for the draw. Flanked by Fritchie and Bingham Green. Backside will be Loya and Anavisa. It's in the skates of Bingham Green. He fishes that out, moves it ahead to Wilson. Comes out 2-on-2. Wilson tries to put it through the legs. As that's picked off by the Junior Canadiens, hand pass will be the call. Goes off the right glove of Loya, touched up by Bingham Green. They're under 8 to go. We approach the midpoint stages of the third period. Here on Cine TV, Pens Elite TV. As the number 7, Middlebrook runs into Bingham Green as they collide. As 7 sees that knocked off by Nanavisa. Wilson tries to move it further. Ships it up to Mason Fritchie. Got a man ahead of the plate. Should be a nice offsides call. As 17 just had a skate blade inside the zone. 7:19 now to play in the third period. 4-3 remains the score. Wilson, he's going to step in for this neutral zone face-off. Won by the Junior Canadiens, 88. They dump it deep. Pens are going to have to go 200 feet now. Where Loya, he collects it behind the netminder, reverses it to Nanavisa. Goes up to Mason Fritchie. Bounces off the wall, though. And thrown right back deep to 87. 87 tries a centering pass. Goes through the slot. 97 could not find that puck. Connor Wilson picks up this puck. He's got ahead of steam. He's being chased by 88. Connor Wilson walks in. He's pulled down. Had a clear lane to the net. As we have a tripping call coming up, and the Pens are going to go right back to the power play. 6:49 to go in the third. Connor Wilson got in behind the defender. 88 came over, and 88 Song's going to go to the box. Ferguson, Borman, Paris, Fritchie. Davis. Loya and Brady Fritchie are on here for the power play. Borman, he chips it forward. Easton Borman tries a wrap move. Going to be covered up by the glove. As the official. Pens may get a 5-on-3 here. Might be an even-up call. I think they're taking both, Davis and number 2. The 2 through the cross-check up into the kitchen sink of Davis. Ferguson steps in for the draw. 6:41 to go in the third period. 150 on the power play. Comes all the way through to Loya. Loya tries to move it ahead. Comes to the stick of Middlebrook. Tries to float it up ahead. He had a man behind the play. 87. Goes off of a shin guard. Grant Loya. He's being harassed. Sitting high in the zone. It's going to be thrown deep behind netminder number 33, Luca Thompson. He'll touch it up, settle things down for Brady Fritchie. 1:30 to go in the Pens power play. 4-3 the score. Pens inching their way back into this game after going down 3-0 and then 4-1. Brady Fritchie, he bounces wide. Still on Brady Fritchie's stick. He's forced to the wall. 77 battles him. Gaworski's going to cover back behind. Dorman, he's going to go in to create numbers on this. He walks off the wall with this puck. Thought about throwing it all the way through. He's going to switch instead with Loya. Loya tries a dip move. Grant Loya shoots it in on the netminder. Bounced down right in front of the crease. 1 minute goes off of the Pens power play. And the Pens will change up their forward grouping here. 5:48 to go in the third period. 59 on the power play. Wilson on for the draw. Will win it back to his right winger, Green. Green goes to Loya. Loya to Fritchie. Fritchie throws it on net. Off the end wall. Brother follows on. Mason Fritchie. Tries to hit Brady. Tries a one-timer. Can't get good wood on it, though. As it's going to pop out in front of the net. Still loose. Found by Bingham Green. One shot, two shot. Bingham Green shoots again. Misses the net. Going to create a clearing opportunity here for the JRC. 31 now to go on the power play. Loya. He's harassed by forechecker number 9. Pens are going to wheel it out. 25 seconds to go on the PP. Mason Fritchie tries to move it along further. Connor Wilson. He controls on his backhand. Tries a strong power move as it comes all the way through to Mason Fritchie. And out of the zone. As Starks is in a foot race here with 79. Stark wins that battle. Swings it up ahead to number 19, Bingham Green. Back in on the attack is Connor Wilson. Tries to go through the straights. Connor Wilson comes in, snapped into the glove of the netminder 31. As that does it for the Pens power play. Back to 5-on-5 action. Late stages, third period, 4:45 on the clock. Ferguson steps in for the draw. One to Paris. Paris backs it in on net, but it's sealed off by 88, the defender. It goes off of the equipment of Nico Stark. Welch is in a foot race here with 91. He's going to try and force him wide. Welch gets a stick on it as it deflects in front of the net. Now it's in the equipment of Welch. Welch headman pass for Gaworski. Gaworski goes wide to Blake Paris. Paris tries to get the motor going. It's in his skates. Following on is Ferguson. Ferguson at the circle tries to find the stick of Gaworski. Seven's going to try and split Stark and Welch. As Welch is going to have to try and get to this puck, has his stick lifted, and Welch takes it behind the net now. He gets his head up, surveys the scene, goes off the wall to Blake Paris. Welch goes back to Stark. Stark headman pass to Gaworski now. As it now goes to Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski's going to dump it in and make a change. Following along is Brady Fritchie. Goes back, they retreat into their own zone. Do the Penguins. They play D to D. None of ice to Fritchie to try and set things up. Tries to bounce it to the outside. He's sealed off by 97. No further. Back to his own zone is Nanavisa. He curls back to the wall. He's got a man ahead of the plate. It's Connor Wilson. Wilson's going to try and lead this rush as he's being harassed. He gets around 77. Connor Wilson walks in. A man tries to hit Easton Borman with it, just off target with that pass. 3:14 now to go in the third period. Pens battling hard here to get back into this game. Bingham Green tries to walk off the wall. Wilson tries to move this along further. A couple Pens go down. One of them was Bingham Green. Green gets back on the forecheck as 88 carries it back to 87. 87 tries to clear the zone. Holding it in is Easton Borman. 77 now retreats. Headman pass up ahead to 97. Brady Fritchie comes over to play this puck. Under 3 to go as a check's laid by 10 into the body of Brady Fritchie. As an interference is called. put the body into Fritchie before he played the puck. So 10's going to go to the box with 2:42 to go in the period. 2 minutes up on the board. Ferguson on to take this draw. Will be flanked by Gaworski and Mason Fritchie, number 4. Backside will be Loya and the man that drew the penalty, Brady Fritchie. Now thrown behind the JRC net. And picked up on the backhand of Grant Loya. Thanks for tuning in here on Sending TV. Pens on the power play. It's going to go off the stick of Brady Fritchie. Number 9 is going to be harassed by Grant Loya. Protects it on his backhand. He curls up, got a trailer. Instead, moves it to Fritchie. He falls down. Pens may have an opportunity as a 3-on-2 develops. It's Ferguson. Goes wide to Mason Fritchie. He's behind the defender. He stops up at the dots. Deflects to Gaworski. Gaworski leaves it for Mason Fritchie. High in the zone. He's going to try to reverse it. Puck's going to be red as that play was read by 79. Brady Fritchie has to come over. Man falls down. 5-on-3 develops right now. As, just over. It should be a nice offsides call, and it is. Pens have 1:13 to go on the power play. As the JRC ready for that switch and jumped it with 1:55 to go in the third period. Pens on the power play right now, controlled by Nico Stark. Tries to move it off the wall. He's tied up, Easton Borman. He's going to escape this. Makes one man miss. He's got a man ahead of the play. Connor Wilson can't get it to him as 87 picks his pocket. They go D to D. They're going to dump it deep here from number 5. Goes all the way in on a netminder. As Nico Stark puts his man to the wall, it's Middlebrook. Trying to dig this puck out. It's Connor Wilson. He finds it. Wilson dances around a couple guys. And is going to pull their goaltender to get the extra man on 6-on-4 right now. Finesse move from Connor Wilson. He shoots and scores! Connor Wilson over the shoulder of the netminder. He beat him like a rented mule. Connor Wilson gets the goal to make it 4-4. The empty net goal PPG for PPE. Connor Wilson tucks it home. And as the great Mike Lang has said, you gotta be here to believe it. It's a 4-4 game with 1:19 to go. Ferguson on for the draw. Pens have to look for more here. They've carried the play here in the third period. Now picked up by Grant Loya. Loya retreats behind his own net. Bingham Green. He's gonna move it along. Tries a centering pass, goes off the stick of Middlebrook. Now on the end wall. It's controlled by Riker Ferguson. Ferguson delays, moves it to Mason Fritchie. JRC number 7 Middlebrook has it behind the net. 48 to go in the game. Going to try to carry this into the offensive zone. The JRC shut down by Mason Fritchie. As 7 Middlebrook takes it wide. He's sealed off under the wall by Ferguson. Picked up now by Loya. He's got a man up ahead. It's Bingham Green. Green tries to finesse smooth through the legs of a man. It's now Grant Loya that's going to bring it in. 26 to go. He's going to dump it off the shoulder. And Connor Wilson. He's going to try to get the possession of this puck. Connor Wilson does. Centering pass to Brooksy Gaworski. He shoots and scores! Brooks Gaworski puts it up over the shoulder of the netminder. With 14.4 to go, your Pittsburgh Penguins have taken the lead. Wilson to Gaworski. It's a 5-4 game. Wilson on for the draw now. He's on with Borman and Paris. Backside, Fritchie and Loya. It's going to be one back into the neutral zone. Going to be dumped in deep. This should be an icing call. But it's now 3 to go. 2 to go. And your Pittsburgh Penguins will lead. Fought back. through adversity, through 5-on-3s, through hands on pucks in the crease, as they mob the netminder, Thompson. Somebody say something about being fired up. Final score, Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 4, the Toronto Junior Canadiens 4. Thanks for joining us here this afternoon on Pens Elite TV. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. Have a great day.